season, I've set aside a couple of projects that I want to work on during the month of November and during Advent. Very festive, very colorful, almost kitschy projects for the season. And I am going to share those with you. And I also have another project which is not knitting but sewing that I want to get done now in the next couple of weeks. We're coming close to the end of November, and I would love to have this little project finished and ready and hanging to decorate for the Christmas time season. So I'll show you the knitting I have first, which I'm so excited about, and which I've kind of just had in my mind's eye since autumn, thinking, you know what, I'm going to make December a special month with just special projects. So the first project that I have is one that's coming back out of hibernation, coming out of the depths of my closet and my knitting buckets, almost forgotten but not forgotten, and that is my beautiful shawlography shawl. I cast this on during the Mystery Knit Along. This is a pattern by Stephen West, who does Mystery Knit Alongs every year. If you're not familiar, he does mostly every October, I think it is. A mystery knit along where you just get clues and you knit a portion of the shawl every week, a different portion. You get a new clue, and yeah, you knit a portion every week. It's very exciting and a big event. I'm sure you've heard of it, and if you haven't, it's really, really fun. And that was my first time ever, thinking, I want to participate. It was 2021, I believe, and that was the shawlography year. And I'd never knit a Stephen West pattern at all, I think, before. His designs are so gorgeous and elaborate and unique, but they're not necessarily like my personal style, what I would wear, but I think they're so cool. And I knew, okay, what a fun idea to take part in the Mystery Knit Along, to then have such a gorgeous piece, because I think the process of his pieces just looks so cool. And of course, you choose colors to make it fit your style. But at the time, I wasn't sure either what I would think of the design, because it's a complete mystery. You don't know what it's going to look like, and he has very geometric pieces and things. So I decided in 2021 that I would knit the shawl with Christmas colors, because I knew whatever it is, if it's crazy, if it's geometric, if it's more subtle, you can't go wrong with a Christmas shawl. I mean, I loved the idea of having a Christmassy shawl with Christmas colors to pull out every year, and I'm so glad that I did, because I was actually pregnant at the time, in my early pregnancy with my daughter Vivian in 2021, and I got really tired and just did not have the motivation for knitting and working on this, because it took some brain power, too much brain power for me at the time. I think at the time I was knitting just really stockinette, if anything, totally like out of it. And so I'm happy that I put it aside, and I'm happy that I chose Christmas colors, because now it's the perfect time to pull it out again. I'm just so excited to return to it. And I remember putting it away and thinking, maybe one day this will just be a Christmas project for me, one Advent, and that's what it's going to be. I don't necessarily even think I'm going to finish it. I'm not committed to finishing it during December. I'm just committed to knitting on it and working on it and enjoying the Christmassy vibes and having fun with it, and then also allowing myself to put it away at the end of the season and pull it out again next year or the year after, having it be a piece that kind of just follows me until it's finished one day. And until then, when it's finished, we can have it displayed in our Christmas decorations. So I'm really thrilled about that. I've got this huge bag of yarn, all the Christmas colored yarn. Another thing about this project, which is unique for me, is that it's actually acrylic yarn that I'm knitting this out of. It's from Wollboot here in Germany. Bunte Nette is the name of this online warehouse for yarn and craft supplies, and they have very affordable yarn, and I ordered it there. I think partially because at the time, especially just with the Mystery Knit Along, I didn't have the budget to really invest in like 100% wool yarn. I think it takes 4 or 5 skeins, and that was a lot for me at the time, especially thinking, am I even gonna like it? What kind of piece is it gonna be? I had no idea how it would look. For investing in a pullover or a sweater that I know I'm going to wear and I love the design of, that's one thing, but to not know, it was a big deal. So my middle ground as a kind of novice and beginner and just venturing into the world of Mystery Knit Alongs, my thing was just to try out knitting it with acrylic yarn. And I spoke at the time about that choice because sometimes it can feel like if you are, there's my pumpkin which is finished cooking. Sometimes in the knitting community, it can feel a little bit like, and not always, and not in every context, but I know that sometimes it can feel isolating if you don't have access to wool yarn or natural fibers. I know that some people wrote me in and shared that they were excited that I was using acrylic yarn for the project. And I know that it just feels like sometimes like, you know, oh my word, such beautiful yarn out there, all this natural fibers, wool, you know, all these beautiful things, and maybe you just have access to acrylic. I know that that's the case for many people, that it's hard to get access to other kinds of yarns, either locally or just budget-wise, and I really definitely think there should be no shame in no matter what yarn you use, and I think that there's a place for every kind of yarn. And you know, I have very cherished blankets, a couple of beautiful Afghans that were crocheted by family members, and they're definitely heirloom pieces for me that I just adore. They were made with so much love, and they were made out of acrylic yarn a long time ago, and I'm sure maybe you have something like that too that was passed down, or there's just lots of different, you know, things, and I think yeah, it has its place. I don't often knit with acrylic yarn for different reasons. I love natural fibers. I love the way they feel. I love the way they wear. I love the sustainability aspect of natural fibers, and they are just lovely. But I also did choose in this context to go with acrylic, and I'm not bothered by that at all. Actually, I think one of these yarns is a wool blend, or not a wool blend, a cotton blend. This white one is a cotton with acrylic. The rest are just 100% acrylic, and they're actually very soft and very lovely, and yeah, I'm excited to have it just knit up and to have it for, you know, all the years to come. It's going to be very easy to maintain. Also with the acrylic, I know I can just throw it in our Christmas, you know, chest full of Christmas decorations when it's finished, and it will be safe. It won't be eaten away by moths or anything like that. So that's also a reason why I'm actually thankful that I did choose with this Christmas shawlography to choose acrylic. But yeah, it's fun to have, you know, have this on the needles, and I can't wait to knit on it and just to sit on cozy Advent nights, December nights, and work with these fun colors and shapes. I think the shapes make it even more festive. The triangles of the shawlography shawl look very festive. It all looks just so festive. I mean, even this part here, these look like little Christmas trees, these little V's. So yeah, I'm thrilled to be back working on this project. I can't wait to share it with you as I go. It's going to be so much fun. And then I also have some more Christmas yarn that I'm going to cast on, and I think I ordered this sock yarn at the same time I ordered this yarn, and it was a little pack. This wool warehouse here in Germany, Buntenetta, that I mentioned, they often sell like a wool sock yarn pack, and I think I got this in a pack, and I thought I'm gonna knit Christmas socks every year, a pair of Christmas socks. I didn't last year. I didn't even the year before, but I'm excited to start now, and Nick really wants a pair, so they're going to belong to him, the first pair, and he wants, this is the main color, and then this is the cuff and heel and toe. He has quite large feet, like size 47 EU, I don't know, like 13 American, I'm not sure, German and European size like 47, so I sometimes need more than 100 grams to knit him a pair of socks. He likes a long cuff sometimes. We'll see how long the cuff is, but I thought to be safe, I'll do the heel, toes, and cuffs in this one, and then the main in this one. So I'm excited to see how these colors appear. This one looks like it may be a bit more like self-striping, this one more variegated, but they're so cool, and they're like glittery. There's like gold glitter in this yarn, which looks so cute. This is Vollblut Winterzauber, which means like winter magic. I love the glitter. I love the gold glitter, and Nick is gonna love it too. He's gonna think it's cool. So he's really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get them on the needles. And those are my Christmassy projects as far as knitting goes that I'm excited to cast on. But I also have a pre-Christmas project that I mentioned, and that is a couple of Christmas stockings. So I've really, really wanted to make Christmas stockings for my girls, one for each of them, to have kind of for their gifts every year. I love the idea of our gift to them just being able to fit in a stocking and having that be the place for their gifts as they grow. And to have a handmade stocking is just so special. I thought of knitting one, but I ended up deciding on sewing one. And so I'll show you what I have. It's all upcycled. It's all using scraps and old things. But I think they're going to look beautiful. So I'll show you. This is just how I have it. This is going to be the inside of the stocking. I made like a pattern piece on a piece of what is it called? Like a shopping bag, a paper shopping bag. I just kind of drew and cut out a kind of pattern piece for these. And this is going to be the inside. Both of them are the same, a little bit different. These are like just muslin cloths that I used when they were babies. A lot, you know, muslin cloths used a lot for little babies, and I thought it would be kind of special to have the inside be something like that. And then the outside main side is going to be this color. This just very beige linen cotton fabric, which used to be a duvet cover that we had in our bed, and we had it for years, like a long time. And Sagwa, our cat, scratched a couple scratches in it. We repaired it and mended it, but at some point it just got too old and thin. And so I decided to use it for other things, and I've already used it for quite a lot of different things. I have like a tablecloth, little tablecloth I made out of it, and these stockings are going to be lovely made out of it too. It's really beautiful looking if you see it up close. Hopefully you'll see it better later on, just the beauty of this fabric. I also have some leftover gingham. I use things to the end, so you've probably already seen this gingham before. I made a project bag out of it, but I have like a cream and white gingham and then a little bit of a smaller square brown and white gingham, and I'm gonna try to use that as kind of like piece it on there as little like decorative, kind of like quilting elements on top of the stocking, and maybe I'll embroider on it. We'll see. Oh, I hear my girls, but they're with their papas. Hopefully they're fine. Then I cut out two very old towels that I had to make these as kind of like the batting of the stockings. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think Nick needs me, so I'm gonna go. Those are my projects. I can't wait to take you with me as I knit these projects and I sew up these stockings. So since I last checked in with you, I went ahead and cast on the socks the Christmas socks for Nick, and I'm so happy I did. You know, I had thought about really waiting for everything just to cast on December 1st, but then I realized why. Socks are perfect for me to have finished before Christmas. They don't have to be just an Advent knit. It's kind of also like the Vorfreude we say in German, the like joy of kind of just knitting Christmas colors, and this little bit of Christmas color isn't too much. You know, it's funny because sometimes my husband and his family, and I think this is a German cultural thing overall, of course there are exceptions, but like often it's like you can't jump the gun on things. Christmas is maybe an exception, but like my husband, he's like, you know, he slowly fades into Christmas, but we can't just go all out in the middle of November. It's still November, we have to wait till Advent, we have to wait till the right day. There's a specific day that Nick and his family always like start the Christmas celebrations, the decoration, and on birthdays, for example, here in Germany, you like do not wish someone a happy birthday unless it is exactly their birthday, the day of their birthday. After their birthday, you can also wish them like, you know, a happy birthday, what is the word? Belated birthday. Happy belated birthday, you can wish people. But before the actual day, it's like taboo to say happy birthday. And in my family, I don't know if this is cultural or just my family, but I think it's more just cultural or more relaxed in other places, because in my family, for example, we would celebrate the whole week, the whole month. We'd start talking about the fact that it's your birthday month, and kind of had this very long extended celebratory vibe, just acknowledging that, you know, the birthday. It's a little silly, but I've talked to other friends from also Latin America. My family, I have a Latin American family. Latin American friends who have a similar thing where it's just a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more like, you know, if it's before your birthday, you can wish happy birthday. If it's after, it's not so exactly specific. And then a really good friend of mine is Syrian, and I have Middle Eastern friends, and for them it's also very relaxed. You can celebrate and give gifts before or after, or on the day. But in Germany, my German family at least, they're very specific. And like I said, you can go after, but never before. It's like seen as bad luck and taboo to wish happy birthday before. Anyway, I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but for me this is always so silly and a little funny, but I am not very strict with these things, and I think it's okay to start early and to get a head start, especially on these things. And I don't think that Nick or even that like perspective would have a problem with knitting Christmas socks early, especially because you want them ready in time for Christmas maybe, or in time for first Advent or Nikolaus, which is a special little holiday on the 6th of November. So yeah, I'm making a big statement about nothing, but anyway, I'm justifying my decision very, very joyfully. I was excited to cast them on. I knit the cuff, and I'm now working on the leg, you know, of the sock, and I'm loving knitting it up. It has this little sparkle, and I love how it looks. It really looks so festive and a little kitschy and just so cozy and rustic, which is exactly my Christmas aesthetic and Christmas kind of taste. I love very rustic looking Christmas decoration, and I think it's just so fun. So, and this little sparkle adds, it just looks like garland or something. It's so wonderful and festive. After that, I decided to jump in and just get started a little bit on my stockings. And so I've done that. It's just, I was thinking how I'm going to do the little embroidery that I talked about on the kind of sock cuff and the stocking cuff. And I decided the smartest thing to do would probably be to embroider first, and to do kind of like all the surface decoration that I want first before any kind of constructing of the sock, any kind of putting it together properly, because then it's done, it's easy to sew up and just have ready. And so I started that. I'm just kind of freehanding some embroidery. You see I've done Vivian's name first. And like I said, freehanded. There are little parts of this that I would do differently if I had a second chance at it, but I didn't want to pick back. And yeah, the N is a little bit like, almost looking like an R. If you didn't see it, you'll probably see it now that I said it, but I don't mind. I think it's fine. And in real life, it looks a little better than I see on the camera. So yeah, this little flourish here, I also am not so sure about, but it adds a bit of a kind of a rustic, childish charm to it, I think, and that's wonderful. So I'm definitely going to have to press this again, iron it, because you can still see the embroidery hoop, and the nature of this fabric, which is kind of a linen cotton blend, it just crinkles up and yeah, wrinkles up very quickly and easily. So yeah, that's no problem. I'll just do that again. And I'm thinking I'm gonna add a little bit, maybe a piece of holly or something with some berries there, as a little kind of decoration. And I'm so excited. I'm really loving how it's looking. And I think once again, this combination is just so rustic and cozy and nostalgic and neutral and wonderful. And I'm really excited about how these are going to turn out. Before I do the little decoration, I think I'm going to just do Esmeralda's name on her stocking and then do the decoration pieces for each of them. But I forgot how quick and easy this was. This took me a little morning, but I'm just loving this and I'm so excited about it. And I thought I'd show you my embroidery thread box. This is how it looks. This is such a special box and I love it. It has all of my embroidery floss in it and some needles and things like that. I keep my different embroidery things here. And the amazing thing is we found this on the side of the road. Someone was just giving it away, this gorgeous box, and we just snapped it up. And for a while we weren't sure what we were gonna do with this. Nick was like, I want to put music making things in it, like cables and stuff. But then he decided it wasn't the right fit for that, and I was very excited to take it and put all my embroidery supplies in it. So I just love how it looks. Isn't it gorgeous? Just this wooden box. It's so much fun. And yeah, I thought I'd just show you that because I love it. such a return to the practice of needlework for me. It's been really truly such a long time since I embroidered or I never really did much cross stitch or other kinds of needlework, but I've always loved freestyle embroidery. But it's been a long time, and just doing this project has been so much fun and such a reminder of this craft and a reminder of what a creative outlet this is and how fun it is and how unique it is to add, stitching to a piece of fabric of any kind and to make it your own and to kind of experiment with different shapes and then also to apply other fabrics and use them in the process. I was really, really inspired recently by watching slow stitching journals on YouTube. There's this hashtag and this maker who has this make along called I think it's like the Roxy Slow Stitching Year or something, and it's with prompts. Artisans kind of create a book of stitchery. They take like one page, quote unquote, a month and make a page of embroidery, and it's all slow stitching. It's slow stitching journaling, and there's just, the whole concept is there's no rules, there are no prescribed methods or techniques. You kind of get to be free and practice new techniques or discover new ones, do new samplers, or just kind of free stitch with different little pieces of old lace or old fabric that you have, and make pictures or just make nothing and just be in the practice of stitching. And I think that's such a wonderful, beautiful, mindful practice. I will link some videos that really inspired me, and I would love to one day make a slow stitching journal of my own, because I think it's just such a beautiful idea. But this project has been my entry into it, so to speak. It's been, just to kind of think, okay, what am I going to do? Low pressure, no big deal about technique, just kind of throwing things together and enjoying each stitch and just practicing being with each stitch and taking it as like a very meditative, relaxing practice. I just loved that. And in the end, I've loved how it looks, and I love when things look handmade and touched, and primitive is that word, but it's really true, like that look just so pared back and like something just very simple and from a simpler time as well. So I feel like this has been that for me, this project. And as I've been working on this, Esmeralda, my 3-year-old, has been coming up to me and really excited about her stocking, but also really excited about the embroidery hoop and the needle and thread. And I've seen her doing that gesture in her play, kind of pretending to be embroidering or sewing, hand stitching something. And she really wants to learn, and I think actually she'd be probably ready to learn some simple embroidery now, because it really is such a simple art form as far as like doing the basic movement, and then learning and growing and expanding it, of course, over time and with practice. But I think she would really enjoy that. She loves to draw, and it's kind of another sort of drawing, if you're kind of doing freehand embroidery, especially like this. If this is something that speaks to you at all, I recommend trying, because it's such an affordable and accessible craft. These are only scraps that I'm working with. You could use old clothing, you could use old sheets like I'm using, get some very, very affordable embroidery thread, a very little embroidery hoop and a needle, and you have everything you need. And of course your imagination, and maybe a pencil if you'd like to sketch something on first, but even without, it's just fun to just kind of go for it, which is what I've done with at least these shapes that are attached to the stocking, and these kind of, these stars that I embroidered on them. It's just such a meditative process. I have finished the needlework, the stitching I wanted to do on the front of the stockings, and I just love how it's looking. I think it's so cute, and yeah, I'll talk more about it when I show you the final product. The first thing I'm going to do, well, that I've actually already done, is sewn up the lining of the stockings. Will be what goes inside to kind of contain all of the seams and to just be the inside. And it's not very matchy with the outside, but no one will see it except my girls when they open their stockings and pull out their gifts. These were just muslin cloths from when they were a baby that I just decided to reuse for this purpose, and I think it's just a cute, nostalgic little thing. Sorry, my chair is creaking. And next I'm going to just attach the stocking fronts to the kind of batting, and then I'll attach both of those pieces together to make the whole stocking, and then I think it'll be finished. So it shouldn't take very long. I've now pinned the stocking front. I'll show you. You see I've pinned this one. You probably won't be able to see very well, but there it is. This is how it's going to look. And yeah, I'm just so excited about it. So I'll show you when I'm done. Also, I'm wearing today's a very I feel like as I've been taking you through this process, you've been seeing totally real situation, like no makeup, just living my life. But today I'm wearing my jumpsuit that in my last vlog I natural dyed using pomegranate skins and iron, and it's actually faded. It was very gray and dark at first, but it's faded a bit to be this lighter gray, and it really is like an olivey green color. So it's so cool. It's linen, and I love to layer it like this on top of like a turtleneck or a long sleeve top. It's very cozy then. I feel like I like it even more in the winter than I would in the summer, like when it's layered like this, so it's just very cozy and fun. Good morning. I haven't had a chance to chat with you the last couple of days. 2 days ago was Sunday and we decorated for Christmas. We got everything ready and I had hoped to have my stockings finished by then, but I didn't. But I finished them then Sunday afternoon, which is wonderful, and now they're hanging, which I can't wait to show you. But yeah, I thought I'd just check in first today. It is such a beautiful day. We woke up to heavy laden trees and branches of snow out of our windows. It's just so beautiful. And the first real snow, it was actually pretty wonderful because on Sunday when we woke up with the plan and the excitement to decorate for Christmas, all of our, you know, Christmas and Advent, Christmas time decorations, we looked at the windows and there were just little snowflakes falling, and they all melted. It was really like melty snow, but there were these white snowflakes falling as we took out the lights and hung up our ornaments on the tree, and it was just, yeah, there's nothing better than having a little kind of like snowfall as you decorate for Christmas. And it was so fun because we got to like talk about each Christmas ornament and share stories with Esmeralda, and this is the first year that she's really old enough to understand kind of what's going on and to enjoy the coziness and the ritual. So yeah, we really had a lot of fun. And now this morning we are going to go to the studio. Nick has a little studio, recording studio, in town, a little bit away from our home. And I have a very exciting thing because today I actually have a job that I'm doing a voiceover for, and I think his studio is kind of cool, so I thought I'd just show you the studio a little bit and share it with you. I very rarely do things like this, like as far as voiceover. That is a big part of Nick's job. He is freelance and he's an artist and does lots of different things, but one thing that he does a lot is voiceover. I am going to be voicing over a commercial. That's my... Okay, I did it one other time. I did a voiceover, which was for like an instructional video for some kind of like product. But this is going to be the first time I'm doing a commercial, so I'm very excited. This is not like a career that I'm trying to get into. It just randomly happens because of Nick's situation. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun to take you with me. And it's such a beautiful, cozy winter day. I'm sure this afternoon I'm gonna get some cozy knitting in, and yeah, just the perfect day for cuddling up and enjoying the indoors and enjoying looking out the window at the snowy trees. So come with me. Oh, I also want to show you my outfit, which I'll maybe be able to show you a little bit in a better view of later. But I'm wearing, this is my favorite outfit to wear with my rug sweater. I wear this sweater constantly, like every evening. It's like my cozy sweatshirt, my version of like a sweatshirt. I don't really wear sweatshirts, but this is like the coziest, cuddliest, warmest kind of layer. And yeah, I finally blocked it out after so long. It took me forever, but I did finally block it, and it took so long to dry because it's so cold, but it did dry, and I'm just so happy with it. It really is amazing how just the fibers just relax and kind of settle down and settle into a place where there's just a nice, more of a drape now, as much as there can be a drape with like heavy Shetland yarn, but it's just kind of falls really nicely. And yeah, like I said, just kind of has relaxed into place. So I'm really loving it all the more now. And yeah, maybe I'll show you better a little later. I'll just do a little show for you. But I have these like checkered pants, flared pants that are kind of cropped, and then I wear like purple socks, and everything's just purple, and I love it. It's a little bit over the top, but I actually just think it's so fun and like crazy and just so cool. So yeah, I'll show you my outfit later.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. Very simple.
Okay, show me.
So that you understand it forever, okay?
Okay,
This is what I call a channel strip.
This is the channel.
This is everything that used to be in a studio setting. This is the fader. No sound, bit of sound, more sound, a lot of sound.
Like this?
The thing is this, okay, so this is the place where your voice is gonna be caught. It shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like somewhere tilted. It should be really directly into this, onto this place, okay?
Okay, direct, forward.
Exactly, forward.
Perfect. Now everything is ready. Our little recording session went very well. It was a lot of fun, and I'm very thankful for Nick, who's the best coach when it comes to things like that. I just you know, it's not my area of expertise, and he's so experienced, so it was so helpful. He gave me the best tips, and yeah, I'm hoping that it turns out well and that the people like it. Otherwise I'll have to re-record it. While we were at the studio, my parents-in-law took our little girls on a little walk around there, which was wonderful. And yeah, it was really fun to be with Nick in his studio. It's kind of like he has this little studio room, which you saw, just a very little tiny room, but it's like in kind of a little network building with lots of other musicians and artists, and lots of people have different rooms, and they kind of all share and have a kind of a communal space, artistic space. We were in this like recording booth, which is kind of a communal space, and there's like bigger rooms and like a concert hall nearby and all kinds of different things. So yeah, it's really fun. It was really fun to be there and to be in his space. I don't get to be there very often now. Before we had children, I would go a lot, and I would like work with him there and like bring and do writing or read and things like that there while he made music or worked on different projects. But since we have the girls, I don't often go there because it's not the most child-friendly place. So sometimes we do go, and there's a room with like a big drum kit set up, and Nick will play with Esmeralda drums, which is a lot of fun, and she just loves that. But I'm very happy. We went grocery shopping after and went by a little bakery and got some delicious fresh bread, fresh Brötchen if you're German, from our local baker, and some pieces of cake, some Torte, and yeah, I'll show you a little bit. I've already enjoyed some of it. It was so good. It's like a nut, hazelnut cake, which was just delicious. And now it's quiet time. Esmeralda's a little fussy, but she's enjoying reading right now. And I'll show you the stockings in a minute, so I can show you how they finished and turned out.